Hey, YouTube Rando here. So we showed the Waether X radio the other day, and now we want to show the Radio Shack hand crank emergency AM/FM WX radio. So it does have a weather band, just like the Waether X here that we showed. The only difference is this is more of a flashlight with a radio feature, and this is more of a radio with a flashlight feature. The light does not get very bright. It is LED, so it doesn't drain the battery very bad. And it would work good in an emergency, and that's what we bought it for, is for a hurricane kit. Excuse me. I like this radio so far. I think it's really cool. We haven't done much testing with it. We did do a review on it over on Texas Gear Reviews. The link's down below. I like this thing a lot better than the Waether X so far. I wish it did have a brighter flashlight, but I like it better because it runs on more common batteries. It runs on 3 AA batteries, and so there's your AA's. The internal battery is replaceable. That's just a little RC car pack, like a little 3-cell pack for like a RC Micro or something mini. So you can pick those up on eBay, Amazon, or whatever for less than $5 and have a spare internal battery for it. So if that battery gets wore down, you can change it out really easy. You don't even have to take it apart. You just pull the pack out and it plugs in right there on the circuit board. So nice and easy to change out. It does have a USB charger, so you can charge your cell phone. It has weather alert, which I think is really cool. It has a switch right here to switch between the internal battery and the AA batteries, so thought that was kind of neat. The lens on the light's a little bit cheap. It is cracked already. I did not do that. It happened before I got it. I got this on trade. It was practically brand new in the guy's pack. He wanted something that he could pack around, a little bit more durable. This is not something you're going to want to throw in a bug-out bag or anything like that. This is something that's for like a home emergency kit or a hurricane tote, and that's what we're going to do with it. We're going to put it inside of a hurricane tote and leave one of our totes over at our second bug-out, or our first bug-out location rather, and then we're going to leave the Waether X at the home base here. So I was looking for some stuff on it. Internal batteries replaceable. 200 cranks on this hand crank will give you about 10 minutes of use. I find when it's fully charged, you get closer to 30 minutes. We charged it up, man. I'm not going to say it was a full charge, and we got 20 minutes of use out of it. So I'm pretty sure you could probably get close to half an hour out of this thing if you charged it up with a wall charger. It does have a 1-year warranty on it for parts and labor. I think that's cool. I did a pros and cons list for the other channel, and I'll run through those pros and cons. Pros, it has good reception. It has a heavy-duty crank. That crank's not going to snap off. If you remember, about 3 years ago, I did a review on a hand crank spotlight, and I did an update review about 2 days later, and something was out in my yard. I ran out there. I was going to go see what it was, and I was cranking this flashlight as I was going, and the crank snapped off. You know, it was useless. So I always look at them hand cranks and make sure they're pretty good and heavy. It has a replaceable internal battery. AA option. I love the fact that it has AA option. USB charger. It has decent sound. And friendly user interface. It's easy to use. The only cons I came up with on it is I wish it would have had a solar charge option. That would have been, you know, kind of the ultimate kit for me. And the fact they don't include the wall charger for what you're paying for this thing. Like I said, Radio Shack charges about $40 for this thing. I think it's $39.99. You can pick it up on Amazon for $25 to $30. But I think if you're paying $40 for it from Radio Shack, they should at least give you the charger for it, right? And then the cheap light lens is another con. You know, it's already cracked, and it was just banging around in his bag. It's not like he was throwing it down or anything. You can see a couple ball marks on the aluminum here. So it's not extremely durable. Like I said, it's not for a bug-out bag. It's for a home emergency kit. But I like the fact that it has weather band on it as well. It has all 7 channels, and I like the alert feature. So if you're listening to the radio on this thing and there's a weather alert coming across, it'll alert you to that, so you can change over the channels and catch your weather alert. Everybody who reviewed this thing just loved it. Most people gave it a 4 to 5 out of 5 stars. I think we gave it a 3.5 stars. Just due to the lens and to the size, and like I say on that other channel, if they were to make it any smaller, it wouldn't sound as good. For one, this whole piece right here is the speaker on this thing, so the speaker takes up quite a bit of space. The only wasted space I really see on it is the handle, and then in this area right here maybe. I don't know, they probably could have made it smaller, but then it wouldn't have been as good of a radio, you know, so I guess I can complain about it, but if I do, you know, like I said, I'd be giving up other things, and I'd be complaining about that, you know, I'd be complaining about the sound quality on it if it was any smaller, so that's really not anything to complain about. I really like it, I really recommend it, it's a cool little radio. I wish the flashlight was a little bit brighter, you know, maybe a Cree LED in there. You can tell it's just a regular old-fashioned LED in there. It does have a headphone jack on it, so you can conserve your battery, because the speaker's going to use more battery than some headphones. So you can conserve your battery with some headphones if you want, if you're just listening to it while you're laying around at night or something. So yeah, I think it's a cool little piece. I think it's be a great tool in your prep arsenal, you know. It's just one of those things, if you don't have it and you need it, you're screwed. And if you do have it, you'll probably get some use out of it. So I know I'm going to get some use out of it. We're going to take this one and the Waether X one camping quite a bit, and we're going to get some use out of them. And this one, the battery's not replaceable, so the problem is if I wear it out, I'm going to have to buy a new one, just like the Dynamo Kato hand crank flashlight we did a review on. And this one, you can replace the battery, so that's a really cool thing on this one. I'm just going to buy a new battery after we do our testing, and when the internal battery gets worn out, maybe I'll tape it to the handle or something and have it there to replace it instantly. So this one, if it's good enough, we'll just go buy a new one. It was $20. I can afford $20 worth of testing on it and get my use out of it, and then buy one and keep it brand new in the box. And that's what I planned on doing with this one, but I really wanted to test it before. You know, you want to test your gear to make sure in an emergency situation you have something that's going to last. I know so many people who go to grab that hand crank radio and go to cranking on it and get no power out of it when the lights go out, and that's you know, that can be a problem. So you want to keep your communications, especially during a hurricane. You want that weather channel, that WX channel. So I think it's a good buy. It's going on the prepping shelf. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.